Hey Alex, I just want to start asking about the run defense yesterday, and especially from watching the film back. What were they able to do against you guys, especially Pollard on those couple of really long runs?
I mean, the runs were pretty simple. I'm gonna just say that we didn't do what we were supposed to do. That's something that we practiced all week and stuff like that. Just and the crazy part is it was just little tweaks, little alignments and stuff like that. That was which could have helped a whole lot better. So, just watching the film and stuff like that. When you look back on the film, it's really not much of what they did. Don't get me wrong, but that's they had a good run plan, but just looking back at it, we kind of messed ourselves up, and that's just starting where we supposed to be, in our gaps and stuff like that. Just little tweaks and stuff that we were supposed to be that we wasn't in. So, just certain stuff that we can't do, because there will be, good backs like Pollard that is gonna make us regret it if we don't, handle our responsibility. So, and that just wasn't us.
And then I wanted to ask you about Miles's sack because I know you were right there too. Was that an instance where you were you trying to help him get that solo sack? I saw you guys laughing on the sideline after it looked like maybe you kind of corralled him towards Miles a little bit. So what went on that play?
I knew that I got the sack with somebody, but I didn't know who it was until, I got up and I turned around and it was like, oh, it was Miles. I was like, okay. So then they look at the film. Like I thought I got to him first and stuff like
Yeah.
that. We just cracking jokes and stuff like that. I was like, yeah. I said, I probably pushed him to you, just like you said. I said I probably did push you to I'm just trying to help you get to your record. And he was like, nah, get your sacks, get what you going. I said, okay, but what I'm saying, if it do come out, people speculating that I helped you and stuff like that, I will be looking for a reward, like stuff like that. We're just joking around, but just we just trying to rush as a unit. That's all, and when we get our chance to rush this, but at first we have to stop the run. But if we
Mhm.
stop the run, then we get a chance to rush, and when we get a chance to rush, things like that will happen.
All right. Thanks, Alex.
All right, next one to Jeff.
Hey, I was actually going to ask you about the run defense too. So then I'll amend that question. Did are the teams that you're playing these last 4 weeks, are they going to watch that film and say, hey, now we could do have success doing this against the Browns?
I mean, it's a copycat league. I mean, it would be, bad to not think that, if they was the opposing team. I mean, the way I look at it is you look at film to study your opponent and know what, of course, the ins and outs, what they struggle with, what are they good at, what are their perks, what are the pros, what are the cons. Just looking at, the little stuff that leads up to the big pictures is kind of like drawing bubbles and stuff like that. What can we use against them and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure they will. But at the end of the day, it's about what we have going on to prevent it from being like a chain of events, like kind of like just I want to say a chain of events, like just stop the train while it's ahead. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. I mean, we're going against Chicago next week, and they got Ben Johnson as their head coach, so the type of the offensive schemes he put together. That's just about every run play, every type of run that they have, they can utilize. So, I'm pretty sure they will look at this game and go to the drawing board. But at the end of the day, it's about us getting better and going back to the day one basis of who we are. So, and that begins with stopping the run. We can't rush without, if we want to rush the pass, we got to stop the run. Just plain and simple.
All right, thank you.
All right, next one to Scott.
Hey, Alex, how'd the quad feel coming back after missing time, and just how difficult was that having to sit out for those 3 games?
It was very difficult. I mean, nobody wants to sit out. That's what I want to say. Me personally, I don't like sitting out. I don't. I tried to come back. You know, for the San Fran game, but just with the history of quad strains and stuff like that, there could be one wrong move and you can re-aggravate. Now you're back sitting out 3 more weeks, and just trying to take the risk. So just me talking with the training staff and stuff like that, we just decided it was best, just be patient. And whenever you're comfortable, just let us know. But we are gonna be, keeping an eye out for you just in case. So, but one, I hated coming back in cold weather. I hated that.
Mhm.
But also it was more of I didn't care about my quad. It's like I signed up to play a game of football. Like there's gonna be nicks and bruises. It's gonna be injuries. It's gonna like at the end of the day, as long as you mentally tough, then I'm not worried about my quad. I'm worried about going out there and helping my team, make plays and stuff like that. So the more I warmed up, the more better I felt. I didn't really think about it and stuff like that. But other than that, shoot, I'm just happy to be back out there on the field.
Thanks.
All right, next we'll go to Tony.
Hey, Alex, I just wanted to clarify something on this sack. Were you awarded a half a sack by the coaches today in film review?
The crazy part, what happened in film, he looked at me and he looked at Miles and he looked at me again. And I said, you know what? It is what it is, man. I'm not I as long as we get the quarterback down, I don't
Yeah.
care who gets the sack. I mean, I mean, it would be good to go towards my stats, but I don't care about stats. That's not my thing. I've never been the type of person to, oh, I need to get this, I need to get that, I need to get like my thing is my main idea since high school was the quote unquote kill the man with the football. So just having that little moment in there with Miles, it was just like, we looked at it, we wanted it back, we put it in slow motion to see who got to him first and stuff like that. I could plead my case as much as I want to, but he's gonna plead his case. But at the end of the day, we just happy we got him down. Like it's a friendly competition, and we always say that even with Miles as freakish of an athlete is, I always make jokes of, I'm having a party at the quarterback, like you gonna pull up or what I'm saying, stuff like that. So just having that type of competitive nurture about us and just being out there on the field, that just show what type of chemistry we have, like rushing the quarterback.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, next Mary Kay.
Yes, Alex. Kevin told us today that Shador Sanders is going to be the starter for the final 4 games of the season. And just wondering from a defensive standpoint, what does that mean to you, just with the energy and the lift that he kind of brings over there?
He brings an energy of his own. Like Shador has been the same person since he stepped foot in Cleveland. Like there's nothing changed about him. He's always the happy-go-lucky person that's in the locker room, always shaking people's hands, making jokes and stuff like that. And then when it's time to put on the pads and put on the helmet, it's time to work. Like even when I come in to the facility, I see him in the office every day with Coach Stefanski, like just going over film and stuff like that. So it's unnoticeable. It's noticeable on my part because I'm an observant person. When I come in, I don't really say much. I don't really, because I'm not a morning person, so I keep my head down and stuff like that. But I see him in there asking questions, and he's not afraid to ask questions. So just for him to be, that poised rookie and stuff like that, that's not afraid to go out there, and throw the football. Of course, he's a rookie. There's always gonna be mistakes in the game of football. There's always gonna be missed assignments. There's always gonna be missed opportunities and stuff like that. That's just part of it. It's the fact that you could go up and do it again the next play. So I feel like with Shador, we just gonna take the next steps. We're gonna be behind him, and just keep cheering him and keep telling him to be who he is. So at the end of the day, I got nothing but love for Shador. I just want him to see just like everybody else on the team.
And then if you don't mind, we also found out today that Ethan Posich is out for the season with a ruptured Achilles. And I'm sure that I'm sure you feel really bad for him. So just wondering, what is your reaction to that for him?
Heartbreaking. It's kind of you never me personally. I know how it feels to hear that out for the season. Like so, the main thing is just he was in the training room today. He was in high spirits. So I just know it's gonna be a long journey for him. But knowing Ethan as a person, he may not say much. He may be the type person. If you say something, he'll say something back. But one thing about Ethan, he'll always have his stuff together. He's always one of the first ones dressed out there working on stuff. Like he's the one of the epitome of like a vet that knows how this works. He knows what to do. He knows what to do in certain situations. He's just one of those vets that you go to if you need advice and stuff like that. So for him, I know he's gonna take the rehab and stuff like that. So I have no doubt. But just to hear out for the season, it's kind of like a stab to the chest because that's one of our nucleus of the team. So
Thank you.
Okay, next we go to Cam.
Hey, Alex, I know you guys play hard for each other every week, and doesn't matter whether you're
mm,
in playoff contention or not. But you personally, I know guys have to find motivation at this point of a season. What do you personally play for? What is your motivation when you know that mathematically, statistically, you cannot make a playoff?
the name on my back and where I'm from. I feel like it's just you got people that look up to you. And my mama will always say, you got people that you don't even know. You got kids that you don't know that look up to you. The thing is with me, it just plays an aspect of, the kids, my family, the friends, the support people, back from college and stuff like that. But also the fact that that's not how I was raised. Like I'm not raised to quit. I don't care if we're down 40. I don't care if we're down 3 and they're about to nail the ball out. I don't care. That's not my nature to quit. It's never been my nature to quit. And I don't, quit on my teammates. I don't quit on the coaches. I don't quit on anybody. That's just me. I'm not gonna give up. Just because you're not making the playoffs, yeah, that sucks. But at the end of the day, it's still film. That's still film out there. Like you don't want to look at yourself on film and know that you're not giving 100% because now you're cheating yourself and you're cheating the team, and that's what I don't condone. I don't condone nobody else doing that, and I wouldn't condone myself doing that because at the end of the day, I am our hardest critic. So win, lose, or draw, 91 is still gonna be the same person regardless. So that's just my will, and that's just who I am. I'm a never say die attitude. Like I said, with the injury, I was mad that I couldn't come back for San Fran. Like I was heated. So just for me to have that type of drive, like I just want to be that type of energy person, just to spread that out in the D line room, like, and that's something we spoke about today. These last 4 games are important because this drives into next year.